Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day, making it positive, and all of that good stuff. There is allegedly going to be there's going to be some sort of press conference today with Quanell X and the family of Rudy Farias. I am still, of course, it's supposed to be happening relatively soon in the next couple minutes. I am trying to see where it is, of course. But I am still kind of looking to see where it's going to be at. Okay. But we are going to be here to see what happens here. Okay. This is crazy. Jingles, thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Okay. I love you too. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. Okay. But yeah, like I said, we are still, I think it's still happening. Last I checked, it was still going down. Okay. So we are here for that. In fact, I am checking my Twitters to see if there's any updates about this at all. We are still looking, okay, to see if there's any updates about any of this stuff. So far, we haven't heard anything as of yet, but hopefully we'll be hearing something very, very soon, okay? But good evening or good afternoon, good evening, good morning to every single last one of y'all who are watching right now. I do appreciate all y'all for being here. Please be sure to hit that like button down below, okay? Send it past 300 likes so you guys start to file in, all right? I know a lot of us have been waiting and really eager to hear what Quanell X has to say, especially if he really is going to be doing this press conference with the family, what the family has to say as well. I know a lot of us are very interested to hear about that too, okay? Also, if you haven't done that yet, please hit that subscribe button, okay? Crush it, make a scream out your name. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated, okay? And like I said, we are here. We are here for it all day long. Hit my join button down below. Become a member if you can. Support the channel. That would be amazing. Also, if you want to support the channel even further, you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. Support the channel. Support what I do. These purple lights don't pay for themselves. Okay? So if you appreciate my hard work, please consider hitting that join button or going to my Patreon. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, super chats are always welcome on this channel and always appreciated as well. So thank you to all you guys, no matter what. You guys even being here does mean a lot to me and to the rest of the channel, okay? Because, this channel does not exist without you guys. Real talk, okay? Now, here's the thing. All right, first off, before we go into everything, because I am still waiting to see if there is this press conference that's about to go on and popping with this. I am still waiting to see if there's anything new. Again, if there's any new information, okay, about this. So far, like I said, still waiting to see if there's this press conference. It's supposed to be happening right about now. I wanted to hop on with you guys and look at it, watch it with you guys to see if there's anything. But let me see if maybe I'm typing in the wrong thing. Let's see here. I was hoping that maybe there would be something else here, but like I said, I am still trying to find out if this thing is actually going down. He said that he was going to be coming out here. I'm checking my Twitter to see if there's anything else. Sorry, guys, 1 second. I'm just going through all this stuff to see if there's anything in here. So far, I don't see anything, but like I said, we are here for it. Obviously, we are all here for this. Hopefully, we'll be hearing something very, very soon. I am looking around to see if there is the press conference. In fact, I am going to message a friend. Let's see what we hear shortly. The other thing also too, I want to say this too. If you have not gotten a chance to check this out, please, after this show, please be sure to check out my recent pop-up video. I just did a video on some new information that has to do with the investigation in the first 2 years of investigating this particular case of Rudy. There's some crazy stuff that's gone on with it, and I think you guys would really appreciate that video. You should be checking that out for sure, because there's new information that just came out in this article, and it's thick, and there's a lot that's been said, and it's like, wait a second, that makes no bloody sense. A lot of the stuff that's being said right now is still very, very shocking. So I just put it in the chat. I'm going to pin it to the top of the messages or on top of the chat right now as well. Okay. And Grizzy posted it starts at 5. Well, that's good. Cool. So then we got a little bit of time. But like I said, I would love for you guys to go and check out that video that I just dropped about an hour and a half ago or so. I think you guys will really appreciate it. There's just more insight on the investigation on this whole case. It's just a little piece. It's not like the whole thing. It's not going to blow the lid off of everything, but it shows you how strange this whole situation was. Okay? It just shows you how strange the whole situation was. And it's fine. If it starts at 5, then we got a half hour to kill. That's totally fine. There's another interview with Brian Enton that I'd love for us to take a look at. So we'll take that time to check it out. But like I said, and Cloud said, Thanks, Pascal. I saw it earlier. Thank you. I appreciate it. But like I said, so much information that is still coming out. There's even more information, y'all, that is even more jaw-dropping, more shocking, that's still going to blow your mind on things about this lady as well. It just shows how disturbingly wicked this woman is. So I may be doing a pop-up video on that a little bit later. But we are here. And we're here to talk about all this stuff, okay? Heather V, I appreciate you asking the question. What's your thoughts on Quanell X's recent interview? I think he's angry. What are my thoughts? I think he's angry, and rightfully so. I think he's telling the truth. I think he's telling the truth. I think people are too I think people are too easily swayed by hearing a man with a badge. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that the cops are corrupt or anything of that sort, but I'm just saying I feel that when you hear one person say something and then the police completely just gloss over it and completely ignore it, it does make you think. It does make you think, especially with a case like this. 8 years of this young man missing. He's been held captive. That part is true. That part is absolutely 110% true. He was held against his will and hidden in plain sight for 8 full years. Okay? 8 full years. Okay? Now, if there's no crime, if they don't see a crime in that, then I don't even know what life is anymore. I know that sounds dramatic as hell, but you can't tell me that these people out here, these cops out here, can't see not one small iota of a crime being broken. How about holding somebody against their will? I mean, it's as simple as that, y'all. As simple as that. Okay? But since we do have a little bit of time, because I thought it was going to start at 4:30, I could have sworn it was going to start at 4:30. So I wanted to hop on and get here in enough time to do this. Okay. But Quanell is angry, and rightfully so, because he's got 5-0 trying to make it sound like he's lying, that he's fibbing his information. Okay. That would upset me too. That would make me angry too. Okay. That would make me heated like anyone else, especially if you are someone who relies on the fact that you are an honest human being, that you go towards any possible problem, any issues with integrity, with care, with love, with passion. And for them to sit there and go, oh yeah, we move, next question. Next question. Glossing over huge bombshells of allegations. This is what the cops did. Is beyond me. So I can understand him being angry. In fact, I could see him teed off, pissed off. Okay. In fact, in that interview, he even said, I got receipts beyond. He did say that. Well, he didn't say it like that. But he said, I got receipts. I got stuff. I got recordings. I got proof. Yo. Hell yeah. And I'm here for it. Because if he's telling the truth, then he's telling the truth. Then he's telling the doggone truth. Now, we do have a couple interviews or a couple videos we could take a look, which I'm going to pull up here in just a minute. I'm just pulling up Grizzy hood news. Why do I want to say Grizzy hood crimes? But I want to pull up this here real quick. Okay. Let's see what she has to say here real quick. Because come on. Hold on. Let's take a look at this, shall we?
Hey, what's up, Hood News peeps? I'm going to wait for a couple of you guys to hop on. So what I am wanting to do with this video is just to inform you guys that at 5 p.m., there will be a press conference. We will be live streaming it for you guys. And this is in regards to Rudy Farias, the young man that was missing for 8 years.
Farias.
And turns out that he was living in Northeast Houston with his mother the entire time. We're going to be hearing from Quanell X along with his Rudy's family. And we will be live streaming it. We were going to hear more about it. The family's going to be asking for justice. That's the demands. They want justice for, all the stuff that Rudy's been through. And we're going to live stream at 5 p.m. Grizzy's Hood News, not Grizzly, Grizzy's. And let's see, what else? Anybody? Facebook Live. All right. Thank you so much. 5 p.m. We're going to be in Northeast Houston in front of the home where he stayed all those years and just out and everything. Just crazy. You don't want to miss it, friends. Bye.
Okay. So it's at 5. At 5, y'all. At 5. Okay. So we got about 19 more minutes before they go live and do their thing. But so I'm gonna keep Grizzy Hood News up and keep that in the back, keep that on the peripheral. All right. Because obviously there's some videos here that I want to share with you guys. While, an opportunity to catch up on some other videos that happened, some other interviews that went down. Okay. Excuse me. Hold on. Because I know News Nation was like going in on interviews with him over the past 24 hours, to be real. There are some videos. Let me just pull this up. Sorry, guys.
The Houston Police Department.
Okay. See, that's the thing. Brian Enton posted the video, but the thing is trying to find it on actual News Nation is a huge problem because they don't show it on News Nation, on the YouTube channel. Okay. That's what I'm referring to. Okay. It just doesn't make sense that Enton got to sit down, interview him, and there's nothing in here that maybe this is it. No, this is Jennifer Coffindaffer. See, that's what's so frustrating about this is that how they kind of have it, it's spread all over the place, but they don't have the interview with him. It's so weird. It's so weird, guys. But let me just show you guys the
Houston.
In fact, I'll just
detectives.
Guys, 1 second. Sorry. I'm shooting from the hip right now. So, but again,
The Houston.
These are just clips from the actual interview.
He heard the Houston Police Department Sergeant Detective sat next to me in the entire hour and 15-minute meeting and dialogue and discussion with Rudy Farias. He heard exactly everything Rudy said to me. He sat right next to me. He even asked Rudy to please explain more about the episodes in the bathroom where Rudy told us she would violate his space over and over again, violate his boundaries. She would come into the bathroom while he was in the shower, get butt naked, and pull back the shower curtain, stare at him, and among other things I don't want to say right now. But also, this detective heard Rudy say he did not want to get into bed and sleep with his mother. He heard Rudy say that he told his mother he didn't want to get into bed with her on more than one occasion, that she forced him to sleep with her in the bed and she would get into bed in the nude. And we asked Rudy, he and I both, the detective, were there any kissing? And Rudy admitted that there was kissing on the lips from his mother. Listen, the detective heard this. And before I left that detective, I said, sir, on 3 occasions, is there anything you don't want me to say when I go out here and speak with the media that jeopardizes your investigation? He said no. But that detective, after coming out of that same meeting with Rudy with me, they decided to take the mother into another room. And according to the witnesses that were out there, put her in handcuffs. Obviously, he heard something that was in that meeting that Rudy shared with us that made him believe he needed to put handcuffs on his mother.
Okay.
The same young man, Rudy, I believe is absolutely a victim.
Okay. First off, First off, let me just say this. Hearing that kind of information, I'm sorry, guys. You know, T-dubs. All right, I'm so sorry. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's hey. Okay, it's gross. It's disturbing, and you don't think anybody would ever do anything like that to their own child, right? It's disturbing. But this is actually the personal nightmare that this young man went through for 8, maybe more years. Remember, he ran away. He ran off. Allegedly, he ran off. In fact, I even have a question about that too. I have another question or another theory about his disappearance as well, which I'm going to talk to you guys about, in a second. But gross, grody, all right? Goo, all right? Nasty and heartbreaking to think any of this stuff actually happened to any individual, okay? But he saw them put handcuffs. He saw them put handcuffs on her, and yet she's still out here. How did she finesse that? How did she finesse that? I mean, I'm going to roll that back a little bit because, like I said, he said he saw handcuffs put on her. Fair warning, I'm sorry, we're going to go through a little bit of those details one more again, because the end part, he says, I saw handcuffs be put onto her, and yet she is still out here, untouchable. Doesn't make sense.
Listen, the detective heard this. And before I left that detective, I said, sir, on 3 occasions, is there anything you don't want me to say when I go out here and speak with the media that jeopardizes your investigation? He said no. But that detective, after coming out of that same meeting with Rudy with me, they decided to take the mother into another room. And according to the witnesses that were out there, put her in handcuffs. Obviously, he heard something that was in that meeting that Rudy shared with us that made him believe he needed to put handcuffs on his mother.
There you go.
The same young man, Rudy, I believe is absolutely a victim. She threatened him with lying about an alias name, creating the date of birth, and telling him to say that. She told him when he came home 2 days after running away that the police are looking for you to put you in jail for running away. The Houston police.
Yeah. Again, pretty wild stuff, guys. You're hearing right here that he saw, according to eyewitnesses, that the mom went and got handcuffs put on her by eyewitnesses. And on top of that, on top of everything else, let's not forget, he went to the cop and said, if I say any of this stuff out in public, will this jeopardize any of your investigation? And the detective that was in the room, the same detective that went up and said, he didn't say anything of that sort at all, right? That he didn't allude to any type of essay or any of the disgusting, horrible things that he described multiple times over. He was in the room. That was the same cop. That detective said, no, you good. You're not going to jeopardize anything. Do your thing. Have at it. Go with God. Right? And yet eyewitnesses did see, according to eyewitnesses, they did see this woman get shackled, get the cuffs. And yet she's still out here alive. She's still out here free. Again, I'm just saying, make it make sense, because that is not making any sense to me. Like, not at all. Okay? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. One other one. Hold on.
I don't see logically why.
Okay, let me see.
I don't see logically why you would.
Hold on, guys. I thought I had this one downloaded, but I was wrong. I was wrong. Wait, what?
The Houston Police Department.
No, what the heck? Well, maybe this will just be nice to me and play for me without any issues. So let me just play this from the actual screen itself. Let's just rock and roll.
I don't see logically why you would be lying about this. You don't have a reason to lie. I mean, you were called in to assist with the situation since you're like a community activist. But I also don't understand why the police would be lying and why they wouldn't want to arrest her if all of this is true. I don't get it.
Well, if you pay close attention to the clip that you played, they said no sexual abuse reported, but they chose not to answer when the question was raised, was there a sexual relationship between Rudy and his mother? They chose not to answer that question. So obviously they know the truth because we both heard the same thing that Rudy said to us.
So basically you're implying that
abuse took place
because Rudy was an adult, that they may be thinking this was some kind of consensual relationship, but based on your discussion with Rudy, it seems like he was held captive.
Rudy told us that he was locked in a room on many occasions by her. Rudy told us that she would hide him out from people. These are things he shared with us. He shared with us that she would give him drugs, mushrooms in particular. She kept that little boy doped up so he would be psychologically, mentally confused, and she could control him. And Rudy said this, let me make this point. He said, I was tired of feeling like a slave. I was tired of being her slave. He said, but I don't want my mother to go to jail. I don't want my mother to go to prison. And when we left out of the room, his mother barged into the room talking to him. And as we're standing there, other witnesses also, she says to him, you got to recant your story. You can't tell him that because if you do, I'll kill myself.
She said, and we heard this part already. We've already heard this part before. Okay. He's just saying the same story. And one thing that really does help Quanell X with this whole situation, if anybody's out here thinking that he's lying, anybody out here thinking that he's full of ish right now, let me tell you something. Play every single interview he has done so far. And you tell me if he's ever changed his story. Has he ever changed up his story? I'm going to tell you right now. No, he has not. Every single time the exact same words come out of his mouth, he has not gone off the path at all. He has stayed very true to the mission at hand. And you know, when you hear from a liar, they will change the story or they'll add more stuff. They'll get more flamboyant with their information. He has not done that at all. It has always stayed the same. Let's play these last 7 seconds.
Several of us, including one of the detectives standing at the door, heard her tell Rudy that.
See, this is, and that's the thing. She has fully warned this young man. You say anything, I'm going to do something bad to myself. You better recant your story because if you don't, I'm going to do something to myself. I'm going to do the unthinkable. And you heard that last part. Let me play that last part for y'all one more again.
I don't see logically why
that he was locked in a room on many occasions.
For that last part for y'all.
Rudy told us that she would hide him out from people. These are things he shared with us. He shared with us that she would give him drugs, mushrooms in particular. She kept that little boy doped up so he would be psychologically, mentally confused, and she could control him. And Rudy said this, let me make this point.
Here it is.
He said, I was tired of feeling like a slave. I was tired of being her slave. He said, but I don't want my mother to go to jail.
Right here. I don't want my mother to go to jail.
Don't want my mother to go to prison.
When you have somebody out here saying those things, think about this for a minute. You don't think that not even just for a minute, if you hear him say that out loud, I don't want my mom to go to jail. I don't want my mom to go to the prison. He doesn't know any better, by the way, guys. For however long he has been traumatized like this. She has deeply, deeply destroyed this young man. Okay? So he knows no better. It's some Stockholm syndrome. It's probably the chemicals that are coursing through his veins that she keeps pumping into his body. It's the SA. So he is extremely dependent on her. And she's probably very dependent on him too, as twisted and as messed up as that is. And yes, Shopaholic, his life has been stunted, starting at whenever the trauma started. That's where his mind probably is. Again, he doesn't know any better, and that's the sad part of it all as well. He doesn't know any better. So, of course, he's going to sit there. Somebody who's been broken down that much over years and years and years of punishment. His mind is broken. He doesn't know any better. So, of course, he's like, well, she's my salvation. She's my mom. I don't want her to go to prison. I can't let her do that. So what do you think is going to happen? As soon as she walks out the door and he knows that Quanell ain't a cop, whom she's been pounding in his brain to be extremely paranoid over. Be paranoid over 5-0 because they're there to try to arrest you because you've done some bad things, right? When he didn't do anything at all. He goes, I want to talk to Quanell because he's not a cop. I trust him. He's not going to throw me in jail. And then he goes, here's everything. Blah, 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 blah. The most coherent information he can out of his chemically induced mind, I'm assuming at this point. You know, this is very, it's so disturbing. I still can't believe that there are people like this on this planet. I can't believe it, y'all. I just can't. Okay. So real quick, just a little left turn. Okay, guys. Danielle, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the chaos. Welcome to the circus. Welcome to the roller coaster ride. I appreciate it. And just like Danielle, you can join the family by hitting that join button down below. Think about hitting that, hitting up that Patreon as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right. But this story gets crazier and crazier and crazier, and is getting more and more heartbreaking. And of course, I just did a pop-up video to give you guys a little bit more information, because at the end of the day, as we start to get ready for a live from the Grizzy Hood News show, whenever it gets up and running here, okay, because they're supposed to be going live any minute now. I would definitely recommend you guys going and checking out that video, because there's so much information, and there's more information still trickling out, which I'm going to be giving you guys as over the weekend, over the next day, or over the next few hours, whatever, because it's just mind-blowing how conniving this mother really is. And the thing is that this is not some weird alleged type of thing. She is fully admitted that she did not tell 5-0 that he was found 8 years ago. She just straight up let that be. And of course, was stealing money, GoFundMe money, etc., fundraising money, all that stuff. For her own financial gains, she used this opportunity to make some monies. Now, let me point this one thing out as we are waiting, because I'm looking at the Facebook page, and I'll show it to you guys too. As you guys see the Facebook page, nothing's up as of yet. I'm still waiting. We are still waiting for them to go live, unless they're going live somewhere else. I'm assuming this is her main platform. I mean, yo, she's got 500,000, almost over 500,000 followers on this page. You damn sure she's gonna be doing this live here. Okay, way too many people want to know, and way too many people care about this as well. Okay. But as we wait, all right, as we wait, here's my theory. Because if you watch my pop-up video, which I highly recommend you do, please do when you get some time, because it gives you some insight. When this young man went and disappeared, what if that was planned? What if that was planned, y'all? Think about it for a second. What if we're still waiting, guys. We're still waiting. But what if sorry, guys. What if she said, hey, I need you to just go kick rocks for a little bit. I need you to run away. Take the dogs, take off. Or don't take the dogs, but just go leave. And then come back in a day. Come back tomorrow. And then he does so. Why? Because he listens to his mother, and his mother probably does terrible things to him to the point where his mind was already basically a slave to her, right? To her wants. Imagine if this whole thing was planned out 8 years ago, but she decided to just let it linger. She decided to stretch this thing out as long as she could so she can continue to secure the bag or get the sympathy from the general public. And she stretched it out for as long as she could until he couldn't take it anymore and he ran. There's that option. Or he actually ran because he was tired of being tormented by his mother. It's either one, because reports say that the dogs that he disappeared with somehow wandered and came back home, according to some reports. So the dogs were able to go and find their way home, like a DMX song. All right? Let a dog roam and he'll find his way home. The dogs came back home, but he didn't. He just disappeared. But the dogs were able to come back home. You see what I'm saying? Makes no sense at all. Okay? So now everything that's being said, man, where the heck is this thing, dude? This thing has not happened yet, y'all. I'm telling you right now. I just keep refreshing over and over and over again. Is she coming on or no? But at the same time, if you really think about it, again, the dogs left with the son. He never came back. The dogs apparently found their way home. Then, I don't want to ruin the pop-up video, but there's more items and more pieces of information that was found in the house. But it also shows that even during that time, in 2015, when he went missing, when he was 17 years old, there were padlocks on doors, etc. Pieces of items and things that were left behind that throw up so many red flags that it doesn't make any sense on why this woman was not locked up a long time ago. It doesn't make any sense, guys. It just doesn't. Now, I am going to keep refreshing. Hold on. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's nothing so far yet. This is so frustrating. Not a thing yet. I guess we're just going to have to sit and wait, which is kind of frustrating, but there's still more video. There's still more interviews that were going on. And again, he doesn't change his story. Quanell, not once. Okay. And if you guys have the thing open, the Facebook page open, let me know if they start randomly, because I don't see anything. But I'm still going to tell you this. I'm still concerned about the well-being of that young man. She is suited and booted. Okay. She is okay. She's locked and loaded. That's what I was trying to say. All right. She is locked and loaded, and she is allegedly at the time circling around the area of where Rudy is right now. Okay. It's bad. It's very bad.
As Natasha just said, let's bring him in. Activist Quanell X, who is planning on holding that press conference in just a few hours, demanding Rudy's mother be charged in the case. Quanell, thank you so much for giving us some of your time here. First, let's just start. You're very invested in this. Almost from when this first came out last week, we started to hear your name. What is your connection to this saga? Is there a personal connection?
The mother reached out to me and asked me for help and assistance to deal with the investigators because she was afraid that they were being intimidating and she didn't feel comfortable interacting and dealing with them. And so I said, okay, no problem. I will talk to you about the details of the case, and then we'll go ahead and set up a appointment to meet with investigators. We did that. When we talked, she said one thing to me. In particular, she said that the man at her home that neighbors had seen was her ex-boyfriend. But in the meeting with investigators, she said, oh, no, that was my nephew, along with one other thing she said that was totally not true. At that point, I felt it was necessary to talk to Rudy without the mother being present, because when we went into the room, she told all of us, investigators as well as myself, who she asked to come and help her, that he was nonverbal and could not talk. Once she was removed from the room, Rudy opened up and spoke in detail about his relationship with his mother, his interaction with his mother, and the things his mother did to him that no woman on earth should ever do to her child or any child.
All right, so Quanell, that was one of my questions for you. So, you know, his mother said that he was nonverbal. We didn't know whether it was from the trauma of this alleged disappearance or whether he was just a nonverbal person. But you're saying that Rudy is, in fact, verbal. He can speak.
Absolutely verbal. And when he calms down, he's not emotional. He's articulate, he's clear, and he can clearly think about what he's talking about and what he's saying. There are moments that he has that are very traumatic for him when he starts going back through the memories that causes him to break down and cry. But yes, he's absolutely verbal, and he's very crystal clear when he speaks.
All right. So I want to talk about that interview. I want to talk about what you spoke with. But first, where is Rudy right now, and are you concerned for his safety?
I'm absolutely concerned for his safety. In fact, I pleaded with investigators after he spoke to me and the investigators together for an hour and 15 minutes. That entire interview with Rudy, I sat there with the detective for an hour and 15 minutes. And based on what we heard, we stepped out of the meeting, and I said to the detective, and all three of them together, there was three detectives, I said, you cannot let this young man leave with that woman. Please do not let him leave with his mother. After everything we just heard, after what he just told us, you cannot let him leave with his mother. And at that point, they began to start the process of trying to separate her from him at that point. But she was able to creep back to the room and begin to question him about what he told us. And she asked him, did you tell him about our relationship? And Rudy said, yes. And then she said to him, you got to take that back. You cannot tell them that. I will kill myself. That's exactly what she said to him after he had spoke to the detective for an hour and 15 minutes. That detective heard everything that Rudy said in crystal clear detail. He heard Rudy say that she made him sleep in the bed with her often, and he did not want to do it. He heard Rudy say that I hated doing that she was violating my boundaries. And we asked him, did anything else happen in the bedroom? He said she would kiss him on the lips and she would get in the bed naked sometime with him. He went on to say to us that he would be in the restroom and he would be in the shower and she would get naked and come in the restroom and pull back the shower curtain. And I don't want to go any further because I don't think it would be fair to Rudy. But the things that she said to us were graphic in nature. This young man was the victim of incest and sexual abuse. She said to him, you gotta be my husband now and you gotta play daddy now. That's exactly what he said to me as well as the investigator.
All right, so Quanell, obviously very explosive allegations that you were making. And so we know what you're saying. You are very clear on what you say happened in that interview room. We just heard that snippet from investigators, from police in Natasha's reporting. They essentially say the polar opposite of what you are saying. How can you explain this?
It's not the polar opposite. The question was raised to them, was there any sexual abuse? And the man says, well, it was not reported to me. I'm trained to find these things and see these things. Then the next question was there a sexual relationship between a mother and a son? They refused to answer the question and said, we treat all victims the same and we give them their privacy.
What's interesting is that's interesting. And remember, when that did actually go down, the chief of police was like kind of brushing it off, like, next question. Let's moving on. Next question. Right. And we've heard this already. We've heard the story again. Like I said, his story hasn't changed, not one syllable. So if that's so crazy, guys. Okay, it is absolutely crazy. All right. And so I keep going back to check if they are live. If Grizzy is actually live. Oh, there it is. There she is.
In the name of God, the beneficent, the merciful.
There we go. Finally.
We bear witness this with one God to whom praise is due forever.
Hit that like button, y'all.
The sender of Moses and the Torah, Jesus and the gospel.
Oh boy.
Muhammad and the Quran, peace be upon all the worthy servants of Almighty God. I have come here today to speak up on behalf of Rudy Farias.
This is not good.
Come here today to speak that which that young man spoke to me. I have come here today to clear up one thing in particular. The lie that HPD told. HPD said that no sexual abuse was reported. That detective is an absolute liar. He sat there with me for an hour and 15 minutes and listened to every word Rudy said to me. In fact, he told the detective, I want Quanell to stay. And Grizzy was right there with us. Quanell, she's right. We have witnesses to this.
Wow. It's not me. It's it's her Wi-Fi.
This detective heard.
Come on. Let me see.
Everything Rudy said to me. But he was angry with me also because the detective, them asking me to come in and them.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm trying to see if there's another video or another live, because
the cops not.
This is from her own live and it's trash, obviously, which is really, really bad. What annoying.
Wanted me to go in.
This thing is trying to find another one, because that's bad. Her signal is that bad. Hold on. See, even people are
The
hopping
detective
off.
heard Rudy say to me, out of his own mouth, detective sitting right next to me, that in this house,
What is this?
she made him sleep in the bed with her.
Man, I'm trying to find another place that might be playing this.
All the time. And that young boy said to me and that detective,
This is what I hate more than anything in the world. This is what I hate. This is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. I'm trying to see if there's another place.
I did not like it. I didn't want to do it. That she was crossing boundaries. And she would not respect my space and respect my boundaries. He said to that
This sucks. I am trying to
detective right in front of me that she would kiss him in the mouth when she made him get in the bed with her in this rotten ass house. She forced that boy. Rudy said to me, now I'm standing here.
Yeah, I am looking everywhere. I looked on YouTube. This is so annoying. Fox 26. Let me try Fox 26. Nothing. This is just so annoying. Because, you'd think. I am trying to figure this out.
Fight for that young man. We begged, I begged the detective.
Okay.
Don't allow Rudy to come with this woman.
Okay. I am going to try to find another option because this is trash. And allegedly the video even stopped. The live video even ended already. And of course, I'm trying to see if there's any. This is when it sucks when they do like off the side type of stuff. It's really annoying.
The reason why he was so willing to lie, and they were looking for you, and they spent resources looking for you, that you have a warrant for your arrest.
Hold on. This is. Let me see what happens. This is unfreaking believable.
If they catch you, you're going to jail. She had convinced the young man to wear an assumed name because he thought he was in trouble for running away. Rudy also said to us, me and
I don't know why this is being a pain in the ass. I don't know why it's being a pain in the ass.
The detective, on more than one occasion, I don't want my mama to go to jail. On yesterday, when the question was asked, was there a sexual relationship? The sergeant lied in his response. And then the next question was there a sexual relation between the mother and her son? They refused to answer that question and said he's a victim and we protect all sexual assault victims. See, they know what I'm saying is the truth. That dirty, low-down damn cop was right there with me when Rudy said everything that he said. Let's go back and look at the press conference. Why didn't you say, well, from what we know, there was no sexual relationship? You so freely say involved with no scheme. That woman a straight up monster. Telling you straight up. That's what that woman is. Woman sit there and told Grizzly and I both multiple lies. Multiple lies. And then get in the room with the detective.
That's crazy. As soon as I go over there, it starts acting a doggone fool.
And she starts singing a whole nother song.
Try this again.
In my opinion.
See? Every time I go to the page, for some odd reason, StreamYard does not like. It looks like StreamYard doesn't like it. It's so crazy.
His safety
KPRC.
Until he can be removed and placed with loving family. Or put in a facility, he's not getting that help. And what further angers me, what that cop to hear about all the drug abuse. And he ain't do nothing to get that boy no help. Should have called. I said, man, call the paramedics. Take this kid to the hospital. Look at him. Then she told a big lie when we first got there. And I hate to put you on the spot, Grizzly, but if it wasn't for Grizzly, I would have never got involved.
Man, this is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. Well, yes, I do know. I'm sure other people are playing it right now, but I'm not playing somebody else's stream. That's just not cool. But Nikisha, thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I'm not taking from somebody else's stream because I'm sure. Yeah, I know. I'm sure Igmel. He's been following this story quite a bit as well. So this is just
me.
This is just terrible.
Man, let me tell you something. Everyone should.
I don't understand why they don't do these streams on YouTube. I really don't understand why they don't do those things. Yeah, her whole live, Grizzly's whole live just went down. So now it's trying to find another one with oh man, this is annoying. This is so annoying, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find another route. I am definitely trying to find another route for you guys because this is not working. And they don't have it anywhere on YouTube, which is incredibly annoying. Okay, well, this is frustrating. Let me see. this is a very, very frustrating. I'm trying to see if there's any other options here. Live now from Fox is streaming it. Wait, on YouTube? Fox News Live. Okay, let me.
He gave consent. Is that what you're trying to suggest?
Finally.
Let me tell you something.
Finally.
Rudy is a victim.
Golly.
And for HPD to suggest on any level that that young boy may be involved in this scheme, that's wrong.
Son of
that boy wasn't involved in no scheme. That woman a straight up monster. I'm telling you straight up. That's what that woman is. Woman sit there and told Grizzy and I both multiple lies. Multiple lies. And then get in the room with the detective and she starts singing a whole nother song. Rudy. Should have called. I say, man, call the paramedics. Take this kid to the hospital. Look at him. Then she told a big lie when we first got there. And I hate to put you on the spot, Grizzy, but if it wasn't for Grizzy, I would have never got involved.
Thank you.
Let me say that again. If it wasn't for Grizzy, that mother never would have called me.
Thank you for your patience, guys. I really do appreciate it.
But she called me thinking I was going to help cover up with the lies she would tell and defend her. Man, let me tell you something. Everyone should be praying for Rudy and should be. I'll let everybody hear what that young man said. But I want to respect that young man's privacy because what he went through should be for him to expose to a therapist and not for me to share with the public. But I covered my bases. I'll take your questions.
Why do you think HPD?
Oh, man.
I think HPD is embarrassed that they encountered Rudy on several occasions and did not do their due diligence.
Yeah.
When they came to this address, had they done just some basic fundamental research, they would have seen that a child went missing from this address just years before. When they encountered him on other occasions, they didn't do their due diligence. They let that boy keep going with his mother. When neighbors would call in, when family would call in and say, hey, look, we got this tip about Rudy, they never even followed through. And in fact, they have to tell the whole world now why when Rudy was found, you waited 8 days. 8 days to question him. In fact, they wasn't going to even question Rudy. Let me be clear about that. They had decided that they were not going to question Rudy after the mother told them he's nonverbal. The mother told me and the detectives right in front of Grizzy, oh, he's nonverbal. He can't talk. And so I pulled up a chair.
He's like,
and I
7 years ago.
He was holding his mother's leg and crouched all over. And she had covered him up with a blanket. And I said, little brother, can you look at me? And he raised his head up and he looked. He said, I know you.
Wow.
I say, you do? He said, I know you. You Mr. X. I said, wow, little brother, you speaking now. Am I lying, Grizzy?
Nope.
Then I say, well, young man, can I shake your hand? He put his hand out. He's shaking like this, like a leaf blowing in the wind. And I shook that young man's hand. I say, can you sit up and talk to me? And he looked at his mama. Then she said, no, he gonna have a panic attack. No, he gonna have a breakdown. I said, I think he'll be okay. I said, young fella, you'll be okay? He said, So I helped him up. And we set him in a chair. Then his mama said, well, we need to leave because I think he's going to have a panic attack. Then the detective said this, well, okay, call us when you think he's better. Call us when you think he's able to talk. And I said, well, wait a minute. I said, at first he was nonverbal, but he's talking right now. I said, give him a chance. The detective said, well, if it's okay with him. And I said, Rudy, would you mind talking to us? He said, yeah. He said, but I said, okay, just ask Grizzly. I said, okay, talk to the detective. I got up to walk out. Rudy grabbed my hand and said, no, I want him to stay. So for all of you people who putting it out there that I put myself into this case, his mama called me and Rudy demanded that I stay.
Damn.
And so I said, okay. I sat down next to him. And we asked the mother to leave. She didn't want to leave. We said, ma'am, it's important that you leave so we can see if he'll talk. He might open up. So she said, okay. She left. We started talking to him. She came back 3 minutes later, bamming on the door. We opened the door. She said, is he having a panic attack? We said, no, he's fine. Look at him.
What?
That's happening live here in Houston. Of course, we wanted to bring that to you right here on Live Now from Fox.
What are you doing
on this evening that we want to continue to showcase different live feeds that we have here for you. This is in Burbank, California now as officials there investigating the smoking backpack.
Come on, man.
They got the bomb squad on hand here, and we'll see just how they try to defuse the situation here. But just wanted to bring that to your attention right here on Live Now from Fox. We are going to take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about the latest saga between Twitter and Meta over Threads.
Really?
This app?
Really? Wow. They went off in. I am so frustrated right now. Why wouldn't they have this on other platforms? Wow. That was just dumb. Like, why did that just happen? What the? Oh, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Where is everyone getting this stuff at? That's what's so frustrating. If she's still live, she must have started a brand new one. She must have started a brand new one. And now it's questions. Wow, that's very frustrating. Okay. Okay. I am trying to find another place. That was ridiculous. Everybody's watching. Let me see if she's live again. It's like she's trying to go live. Grizzy. It's like she's trying to go live and then she only goes live for a few minutes and then she cuts off. So trying to find. Let's see if I can find another spot.
As long as they keep covering it.
And I got that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going no further deep.
Yeah, it's like everything that's like on Facebook is just trash. It's trash. Wow. This is I'm just trying to see if there's any other spots that are doing. It's whack, man. Okay. See, it's funny because all the ones that are on Facebook that are trying to go live or that are live, it's like their signals are so bad, they keep going out. All right. And it's so that was the only one that we saw that was like an actual good signal. That is so stupid. It's hilarious. Like they think that no one else cares about this, but we all clearly do. And they're not even willing to put that on. You see what I'm saying? It's just, this is so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Fox News literally just stopped in the middle of his thing to talk about Threads versus Twitter. I'm not kidding. Look, Threads versus Twitter. I'm not kidding here. Like we even care about this right now. You know what I'm saying? If JLR, who's JLR? Hold on. JLR. JLR. Yeah, I don't know where he's getting his stream from, but I'm not going to play his stream. You see what I'm saying? See now, official Nikki. Yeah, I know Mel has it. I know. But like I said, I'm not taking it from someone else. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to stream their video. You see what I'm saying? Like I already know that. Okay, I already know that. But I'm not going to play someone like, oh, if they have it, that's great news. Fantastic. You know, like fantastic for them. But I'm not going to play their work.
I'm going to say Cain and Abel. A lot of people had brought my name up.
What? No one did. No one brought your name up, bruh. Come on now. Try this again.
And I got that.
This is so stupid. Okay. I figured this whole thing would be online, not this trash. This is so frustrating. So on KPRC, you're watching it on KPRC where? KPRC YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? Where? The official Nikki? I'd love to know because I don't see it anywhere. And it's not like I don't like when I say I won't stream their stuff. Yes, please email it to me. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. It's out of respect to them. It's because it's their work. Like I wouldn't want somebody streaming my stuff while I'm streaming something that just isn't right, you know? So I'm not going to take from Mel or JLR or any of those other people. I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm going to try to find it my own self if I can. If I can't, then I'll just wait for it to be done and do a replay, you know, watch party replay type thing. But yeah, this it's ridiculous. You know, And if they do stream my stuff, that's news to me. That's absolute news to me. But like I said, I just don't do it because I don't think it's cool, right? Unless it's like I'm interviewing somebody and they're watching my interview, that's one thing. But like a live stream of something, of breaking news, we should be able to find it ourselves and just put it up ourselves. But just out of respect, that's the only thing. But let me see. Let me see.
With assets under administration in the billions, our group provides investment management, financial planning, trust and estate administration, and retirement plans.
Okay.
Safe with family.
Finally.
He was safe with family.
Gosh.
He was never with family. We have it on
This
video.
sucked.
And how he left the hotel. He didn't leave with no family. The hotel the other day. The hotel the other day. He didn't leave with family. He left with someone else who was a friend of his mother's.
Have you spoken to him since yesterday?
No. Also, let me tell you something I learned.
And I can't hit rewind or anything on this. Son of a B.
Rudy's brother died in a motorcycle accident.
Uh-huh.
His brother had an insurance policy. You know who the brother named, according to the investigator, as the inheritor of the policy? His little brother Rudy. Okay?
Money.
But if Rudy dies, or if Rudy is no longer around and declared dead because he's missing, guess who inherited the money? His mama. When she discovered that, she told HPD to get in contact with her. They did not.
No, they did not.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on here that needs to be uncovered. Yes, sir.
Can you explain who's here with you today?
We have a couple of neighbors here. Let this come up. She was attempting to pay neighbors. Let me be clear.
Whoa.
In the last couple of days,
attempting to
offering
pay
neighbors money to break into the house and destroy evidence.
What?
So there was a break-in reported over here. Did y'all know that?
What?
She was attempting to pay neighbors to break in to take certain things out of the house and get rid of it.
What? Wow.
My name is Adrian Boone. I'm a friend of Rudy's. But I'm gonna start off with y'all questions first.
No. Tell what happened about what she offered.
Okay, so she called me. This is all facts. She called me 2:30 in the morning. I don't be asleep. Ever since this happened, I'm worried because he come in my house, my garage. She offered me $200 along with other friends. I'm not gonna mention them because they don't want to be brought up. Offered us $200 to go in that house and get some stuff for her while she at work. I thought to myself, why you offering me money to go in your house when you was just at home? To break in there. If somebody's in the house or if a neighbor's anybody see I go in the house, I can either get shot or arrested. I never had a background in my life. Never did nothing wrong. So why would I start now? Especially for money.
This is crazy.
I wouldn't stoop that low.
Evil.
Come again?
Why do you think she did that?
I mean, what would you think? To hide evidence, have us do stuff for her, keep her hands clean?
And then remember, she's saying break in.
Well,
she tells somebody to break in her house.
That ain't all she said. That is not all she said.
I know you heard me. It's okay. Go ahead. Say your name first.
My name is Keisha Ross. I'm the neighbor that discovered that he wasn't missing.
There we go.
She didn't just offer them to go into her
Here
house.
she is.
She offered my cousin $200 to go in back of the house.
Bruh.
The day all the stuff went down and knock on the window. Dog,
What?
I saw him. He's a carry a gun. So suppose my cousin know too much. So why would you call him the same time you call my son after you hang up with my son and ask him to go in back of the house to wake Rudy up? Because if he's armed, he can get shot too. Because you so-called told me, and it's on video, I'm the one that gave that video of her saying that the reason why she didn't want him to tell nobody who he was or discover who he was because the cartel was supposed to be after him. Then she's making accusation. She left because we asked her for money. You offered money. You paid my cousin on CashApp $10 to walk around the corner and tell the neighbor that he don't know anything. You offered us money. You offered me money to say that I was lying, that I was talking to a so-called nephew. Ask your nephew, do he know me? Ask your nephew what's inside my house. Only person that can answer that question is Rudy, because that's who I always let in my house and let in my garage since I've been here, and I've been here since 2022.
Wow.
And I never knew he was missing.
Okay.
Wow.
So, Dr. Candace Matthews, I'm
Evil.
the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation. We've actually done some research in reference to the laws that has been actually broken by Miss Jeannie back here, Rudy's mother.
Jenny?
And we find it
Man.
very interesting that the DA
Yeehaw.
has not picked up any charges whatsoever. Because when you're dealing with this type of situation, when you have someone that is actually then gave allegations that has gave pretty much whistle blew on what has happened to them, law enforcement is supposed to act, and none of that has happened.
Facts.
So
she got a
what we
point
have
there.
is aggravated kidnapping, which is section 2004. A person commits an offense if he intentionally or knowingly abducts another person with the intent to inflict bodily injury on him or violate or abuse him sexually or terrorize him or a third party. So by her having sexual intercourse with her son, and threatening her son, telling him, if you go and say anything, then I'm going to go to prison or you're going to go to jail, that falls under that law. And that's
Interesting.
Interesting. We have sexual assault, Texas Penal Code 22011. A person commits an offense if B, a sexual assault under section A1 is without the consent of the person or other persons if 3, the other person has not consent and the actor knows that other person is unconscious or physically unable to resist. Isn't that what happened with the drugs? Yes. Okay, I'll continue. Number 4, the actor knows that as a result of mental disease or deflict, the other person is at the time of the sexual assault incapable either of appraising the nature of the act or resisting of it. And then also part 6, the actor has intentionally impaired the person's power to appraise or control the other person's conduct by administering substance without the other person's knowledge. So we know clearly that was already reported to us through Rudy. Then Miss Jeannie, clearly we already know section 3708, false report to a peace officer, federal special investigator, law enforcement employee, correction officer, or jailer. A person commits an offense if, with intent to deceive, he knowingly makes a false statement that the material to a criminal investigation and makes a statement to a peace officer, federal special investigator conducting the investigation.
Come on now.
Then let's remember we talked about the GoFundMe. That falls also under Texas Penal Code 3103, which falls under theft. A person commits an offense if unlawfully appropriates property with the intent to deprive the owner of property. B, appropriation of property is unlawful if the person is stolen and the actor appropriates the property knowing that it was stolen by another. And that comes out to be a Class A misdemeanor if the value of the property is stolen from $750 to $2,500. So that's a charge right there with the GoFundMe. Then we got another charge. It was also stated about the insurance fraud, correct? So if Rudy was missing for 4 years, then that funds go to the next of kin, which is the mother. So hiding him for 8 years, that falls under this insurance fraud. That falls under 3502, insurance fraud. A person commits an offense if, with intent to defraud or deceive and insure the person in support of claim for payment under the insurance policy. Also, part 1 of 3502, prepares or cause to be prepared a statement that A, the person knows that A, the person knows contains false or misleading material information, and B, is presented to ensure, or 2, present or causes to be presented to and ensure a statement that the person knows contains false or misleading material. So those are at least 5 charges that she can have right now.
1,
Why
2,
is
3,
she
4,
still in this house?
Wow.
Then let's talk about the police officers with HPD, because see, the question still remains with HPD and the DA's office. So if family is allegedly saying that they have people who she's friends with, well, if you're watching, let me let you know what charges you about to get when we flush you out. 1, official oppression, which is section 3903. A public servant acting under the color of his office or employment commits an offense if he, 1, intentionally subjects another to mistreatment or to arrest, detention, search, seizure, disposition, assessment, or lien that he knows that is unlawful. And 2, intentionally denies or impedes another in the exercise or enjoyment of any right, privilege, power, or immunity, knowing his conduct is unlawful. Also, intentionally subjects another to sexual harassment. Isn't that what Janie was doing to her son? Okay. And then also, last but not least, for the ones that's watching this, just know we're going to flush you out. 3902, abuse of official capacity. A public servant commits an offense if the intent to obtain a benefit or with intent to harm or defraud another, he intentionally is knowingly, 1, violates a law relating to the public servant's office or employment. So these are some serious charges that has been committed. So, Miss Janie, if you're watching, just know the hammer of accountability is coming your way. HPD and the DA, we know that you running for office. Don't worry, the hammer is coming your way too. Let us don't have these
got a
charges
Thor hammer
on this ma'am that's in this house. You're gonna have a whole problem.
She got a Thor hammer with her. She did her homework.
Accusations of lies, second party, third party accusations. Why should we believe you that you are telling?
I'll answer. The family wants to answer also. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Pauline Sanchez Rodriguez. I'm the half sister of Janie Santana. I'm going to answer that to you. Okay. Number 1, I'm going to get into a little detail. Okay. But first of all, is there's some things that can be answered, and there's some things that are not going to be let out until the right time. Okay. Right now, foremost important, Rudy's the victim. Okay. We got to accept his privacy and certain things that he does not want mentioned. Okay. We cannot call Mr. X a liar, because that he's not. All right. Put it past a few years ago when my mom was alive. I don't mean to bring the subject. My mom rest in peace, and I keep saying that, but I told her I will bring this to an end. Okay. Meaning I'm the oldest of the sisters here in Houston. Okay. I didn't tell nobody. I got involved, and I continue to do this until we see her get the help that she needs. Okay. That's all I'm going to say, because she does need help. Janie Santana. Now, when my mom was alive, our mother was alive, she was under my care, under home health. Okay. I'm not going to mention the company I work for. She was under care. When I would not hear, or our mom would not answer the phone, I got concerned. That's time for me to do a welfare check. Okay. Because I work for an agency, and the mom is under the state, and I'm going to come and check. So I come like the state does without notice. Okay. When that door wasn't open right away, I started thinking. So not once, not twice, it happened numerous of times. Finally, the door would open after 20 minutes. I put a watch on time, okay, because I'm on work duties. So when they finally answered, I got to see our mom. I did a welfare check through the agency. First thing my mom would tell me, Rudy is here. Rudy is here. I said, Mom, are you sure Rudy's here? Rudy is here. He's back there. So I walked around freely. I didn't see Rudy. You know why? Because I gave them enough time, or Janie Santana enough time to get him through the damn back door and go into the woods. Okay?
And lots of times she always kept his bedroom door
Locked. And nobody could go in there. Right. Because I even tried to open the door. She said, what you doing in there? I'm trying to check and see, make sure that this house is clean. Half of the damn time my mom was dirty. I hate to say that. Okay, filthy. And burning herself because nobody was taking care of her. So tell me if I don't have a right to come in here and do a welfare check. I did. Okay, then I would call my family. Okay, but every time my mom would say, he is here, Janie Santana would come out. She's hallucinating. She's on medication. She doesn't know what she's saying. Okay, so what are you supposed to do? I have to expect her privacy. It's her house, right? So I go about my way and I put my little notes in my system. Okay, at work. As long as I did my job, I'm okay. It kept on, it lingered on, and it lingered on. And I kept telling everybody, I says, Janie is hiding Rudy. And I have to believe what my mom would tell us. Okay? I had to believe that because moms don't lie. Okay? And what stupid ass mom, excuse my French, is going to do that to her own child? As mad as you are, that's one thing that nobody should downgrade themselves. So this man right here, Mr. X, when I physically, and I'm not the type that I don't give up. DA, HPD, everybody. I physically went yesterday because I'm not the one to give up. First, my son went in there to see him. He doesn't want to be on camera. Okay? He's one of my firstborn triplets. He got there. Then finally, my nephew agreed to see me, thanks to Grizzy. Okay? Grizzy's the number one. If it hadn't been for her, we wouldn't have come this far. This far and have Mr. X here. The only thing, as soon as I hugged my nephew yesterday, we started in tears. And I know him already from him growing up. He went to a Catholic school. Am I right, Linda? He's not one to lie because they don't teach you that. And he was raised up by my grandma being through him since he was a baby. He wasn't raised to lie. When I contact him and I more or less told him what Janie Santana did to you, you're going to be okay. So he more or less knew what I meant. You know, we cried, we shed tears. It's like telling me, yes, absolutely. You know, when I said, when Quanell, did I say Quanell X talked to him? He said, is that going on? So he nodded his head. He wasn't going to say it out loud. So do you expect me to call this man a liar? Hell no. HPD and the DA better get their shit together. All right. I'm sorry to say these words, but I'm a type of person like my daughter here.
Appreciate you, Judy.
Speak the way it is. All right.
Have a good night.
Anybody, for your answer, it has to be answered. He will, what do you say?
The best answer that you could have got, she just gave it to you.
Do you have a copy of his life insurance policy and would you be able to release it?
I don't have it. I believe that the investigator has it.
Once again, my name is Pauline Sanchez. I don't have it's like I said, I can tell when people are lying. I've been there. I've done that. Not what's happening here, of course, you know, but I left home at 12 years old for certain reasons from Janie's father abusing me. And it runs in the family because he sexually abused me. Okay? I shouldn't have said this out loud because it's been a long time. So it runs in the damn family. Her uncle, I'm not going to mention names. He tried to do that too. Okay? No, Freddie. Okay? I'm tired of this, and this has to stop somewhere. Rudy needs help.
Pauline, ¿te puedo hacer una pregunta? Pauline?
Yeah.
In Spanish?
Yeah.
¿Van a tomar acciones legales contra el departamento de policía?
Are we going to take legal actions again? No. Why? But the truth is going to come out.
what it is,
Hmm.
if Janie is charged like she should be, then Rudy has the right to choose what family he wants to be with.
Right.
Because he's an
That's
adult.
not what he asked. He said we're going to take
Oh, I don't know.
charges
I don't know
on
your
the
question. I didn't hear
He
your
wants
question.
to know we're going to take charges against HPD if they find
What
it.
was your question? Because I don't speak
you are
Spanish. I'm
making
sorry.
a very serious accusation against the HPD, the police department. Will you take any legal action against them?
I don't plan to at this time, but I want to see what they're going to do in a couple of days. I want to see how this is going to play out.
So in a couple of days, if they don't,
I want to see how this is going to play out. But before suit, I'd file a complaint with IED first. I would file an internal affairs division complaint first before thinking about any legal action against them. I'd file that complaint. The bottom line is, I want to see what they're going to do. There's too much here. There's too much here. The family goes and get a chance to finally see Rudy, and he tells them what I'm saying is true. Damn, what more do you want, HPD? What more do you want? Let's all pray for Rudy. Let every single one of us pray for Rudy. And you see how whenever Rudy is not in the presence of his mother, he opens up and he talks.
Sure do.
And tells the truth about what happened to him. We thank you for your presence. Thank you for being here. May God bless you all. Please pray for Rudy. Assalamu alaikum.
Amen. Thank you, guys. This is hard, but I'm visiting tomorrow.
Pretty wild stuff, y'all. And the fact that they have to do all this extra stuff just to get justice for Rudy is pretty mind-blowing. And I want to say really quick before, thank you guys for the link, for all y'all who are sending me emails with the link. I really do appreciate that. This is what sucks about these types of coverage, that as soon as it goes like off the beaten path or isn't, to mainstream media's attention, if it's not as big of a deal for them, they'll stream it on Facebook. They'll do it on all these other channels. This is on a website, for crying out loud. This ain't even on YouTube. It's kind of ridiculous. But this story and this topic, this situation here, is just as important as all the other ones that they've had recently. And I just don't understand why this one wasn't on some mainstream news site. Fox was playing it for a little bit, and then they just were like, oh, we got to look at this other stuff that's going on in the world. And don't get me wrong, I mean, a suspicious package is a big deal. I'm not trying to knock that, but obviously a lot of us were very serious about finding out what was going on here. Now I'm curious if they're doing any more interviews, or speaking out a little bit more. But as you can see, I mean, I will say, Quanell, I mean, his story didn't change. Again, from what we heard, right? It was a little bit more of a longer version of the turn of events, but at the same time, none of it was, none of it was in that kind of situation of like, oh, he changed his story. The story never changed. It stayed the exact same. It never changed, guys. And it's a frustrating situation, guys. I will say that. Oh, now they're back. Let's see what they have here. It's like they went back and they're like replaying.
was or discover who he was because the cartel was supposed to be after him. Then she's making accusation. She left because we asked her for money. You offered money. You paid my cousin on CashApp $10 to walk around the corner and tell the neighbor that he don't know anything. You offered us money. You offered me money to say that I was lying, that I was talking to a so-called nephew. Ask your nephew, do he know me? Ask your nephew what's inside my house. Only person that can answer that question is Rudy, because that's who I always let in my house and let in my garage since I've been here. And I've been here since 2022. And I never knew he was missing.
State what crimes we believe she's committed.
Okay. So, Dr. Candace Matthews, I'm the National Minister of Politics for the New Black Panther Nation. We've actually done some research in reference to the laws that has been actually broken by Miss Jeannie back here, Rudy's mother. And we find it very interesting that the DA has not picked up any charges whatsoever, because when you're dealing with this type of situation, when you have someone that is actually then gave allegations that has gave pretty much whistle blew on what has happened to them, law enforcement is supposed to act. And
now let me really quick just I want to react to this really quick. This woman, I want her to be my lawyer. I don't even know who she is, but on some real stuff, she a beast. Tina Kochan is that? No, that's not her name. But what is her name? I'm wondering who she is, to be completely honest, because geez, she comes in with like a beast, with all these charges, and again she's trying to show us proof positive again that hey, they had plenty of excuses. They had plenty of reasons to slap some handcuffs on this woman's wrists and take her into custody. And guess what happened? We already know what happened. They didn't do a doggone thing. Again, they didn't do anything. I'm going to play a little bit more of this, but I do find it. Candace Matthews. Okay. I feel like I know that name. I guess I just never seen her face. Maybe that's what it is.
And none of that has happened. So what we have is aggravated kidnapping, which is section 2004. A person commits an offense if he intentionally or knowingly abducts another person with the intent to inflict bodily injury on him or violate or abuse him sexually or terrorize him or a third party. So by her having sexual intercourse with her son, then threatening her son, telling him, if you go and say anything, then I'm going to go to prison or you're going to go to jail, that falls under that law. And that's a felony. Next one, we have sexual assault, Texas Penal Code 22011. A person commits an offense if B, a sexual assault under section A1 is without the consent of the person or other persons if 3, the other person has not consent and the actor knows that other person is unconscious or physically unable to resist. Isn't that what happened with the drugs? Yes. Okay, I'll continue. Number 4, the actor knows that as a result of mental disease or deflict, the other person is at the time of the sexual assault incapable either of appraising the nature of the act or resisting of it. And then also Part 6, the actor has intentionally impaired the person's power to appraise or control the other person's conduct by administering substance without the other person's knowledge.
Yeah. How about that? Giving people chemicals against their will or unbeknownst to them, right? That is a crime. Last I checked, that is a crime, right? Not only just the SA, not all the other stuff, but forcing this person or doing something where they are consuming some sort of chemical against their will. Yes, that is a crime. And interesting how they didn't do anything. The other thing, though, too, is I'm wondering if they ran any tests on Rudy at the hospital. And they withdrew some blood, did some blood tests, etc., just to see what he could possibly have in his system right now. This is crucial time. Or actually not crucial time, but before, when he first was in the hospital. That's crucial time that they should have taken to run tests on this young man, run his blood, etc., see what's in his system. But it may be too late. It may be too late. They found him, on the 28th, 29th of June. Today is the 7th? Maybe. And true, Lil Patty, maybe hair follicles. That could be possible. That could very well be possible. Okay. Hold on, my computer's being kind of sticky right now for some weird reason. But anyway, I'm not going to replay this whole thing. We all get the general idea, okay? I mean, obviously this woman came in with receipts, okay? She did her homework. She came ready, this Candace Matthews, okay? And I do remember her. It's like, oh man, the name is familiar, the look, all that stuff, you know what I mean? But I do remember her, okay? But yeah, again, some pretty damning stuff here. And again, remember, this woman's still out here somewhere. We don't know where she is, but she's out here somewhere. And yes, he is not under her, he is not with her right now, okay? But at the same time, he is still with a family friend. So I still feel that she still has influence through talking to the friend to get to Rudy, when he should be with Team Auntie, far away from this woman, as far as he can get from this woman as possible. I mean, the only thing we're going to do, or the only thing we can do, is just hope and pray that she, one, catches some sort of charge, and two, they find a way to get him as far away from her as possible right now, because that's what he really needs more than anything right now. That's really what he needs. But anyway, guys, that's the show. This is the information we have so far. Sorry for all the choppiness throughout the whole thing. Facebook sucks, y'all. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you so much for the help finding the other links. That was just a big, huge pain in the butt. But please do me a favor. I have it pinned to the top of the chat. Go check out my most recent pop-up video. It covers some more information about the investigation when he first went missing. There are so many red flags in that mother lover. Please take the time to take a look at that if you are interested in this case and in this story. We do need to help bring justice for this young man. Real talk. I can't believe this even happened to him. And the fact that he is a young man and still the crimes that were committed against this young man are absolutely mind-blowing. And the fact that she has not caught one charge is still just insane. It's insanity. Okay? But thank you guys. I do appreciate all y'all for being here. Oh, snap. I forgot. Let me do this really quick. L Mo, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Nikisha, thank you. I think I already did these though. Mimi, thank you so much for the $1.95. I appreciate it. Judy, thank you so much for the 2. Travel with Caribbean. Thank you so much for the 2. And then, of course, thank you for the info. I really do appreciate that. And of course, Judy, again, thank you so much for the love. Again, thank you all for all the super chats. Thank you so much, guys. But before you guys get going, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. You know your boy's working hard out here in these streets, even when the feeds that are out here are trash. I'm doing my best. Okay. I'm doing my best. All right. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Have a safe weekend if I don't see you. And I'll see you guys, but I'll see you guys soon. Don't worry. I'm sure there's going to be something popping off over the weekend. So we'll be talking about it nonetheless. Anyway, talk to you guys then. Wow, I can't even talk anymore. Sounds like a Friday. Anyway, much love to you guys. See you guys soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.